So, hello and welcome to another lecture in ComfyUI AI image generation course by techlatest.net. So far we had covered a lot of things like course overview, objectives, then uh, introduction to ComfyUI, then various setup installation of ComfyUI on AWS, GCP, Azure, then like how you customize and download models in ComfyUI, then we had covered user interface of ComfyUI. Now in this lecture, basically we are talking about understanding nodes and workflows in ComfyUI. So basically, we will explore the concepts of nodes and workflow within ComfyUI, a powerful visual interface designed for managing generative AI models. So by the end of this session, you will have a solid understanding of how to utilize these components to create effective workflows for tasks such as image generation and video generation. Okay, so let's first talk about what is ComfyUI. We have already covered this thing a lot of time, but yeah, let me introduce about ComfyUI first. Like a quick intro about ComfyUI. So ComfyUI is an open source node-based application that allows user to visually design workflow for various generative AI tasks. Each step in the process, whether it's loading data, processing, or generating output, is represented as a node. So this modular approach simplifies complex process, making it accessible for those without extensive coding. So basically, if you want to create images and videos and like anything else with AI, so you can simply generate with Config. You can generate load models, load checkpoints, and you can go for generating uh, images and videos. Okay, so let's move forward first. Uh, let's go on website. Here you can see that ComfyUI stable diffusion AI image generation made simple product. So you can also go through this guides. We have already covered this guides in our previous lecture. So you can also go through our previous lecture. So first, understanding nodes. Like what is uh, exactly nodes? Okay. So nodes are the building blocks of ComfyUI workflow. Each node represent a specific function or operation such as loading an image, applying a filter, or generating an output. Okay, so if you go on ComfyUI user interface, here you can see the numbers. Here you can see 4, then 8, and then 3, 6, and then here you can see the 7, 9, 5. Okay, so these are numbers, and like these are basically nodes. Okay, so if you're talking about nodes, they are interconnected to each other. Like every node have their own work. Okay, like some nodes created models, checkpoint, load checkpoint. Here you can see the case sampler. Then in this node you can give prompt like what you want, like what type of image you want. Okay, then here you can see the clip text encoder, and like again here you see the prompt, and then here you can see the some save image. Basically, if you give any prompt and generate images, so you can check the output here basically in this option. Okay, so type of node, basically common node type include input nodes for loading data, processing nodes for applying transformation, and output node for saving results. So if you're talking about output node, so basically this is the output node. Here you can see the output and images. We have already covered this thing in our previous lecture, so you can also go through that lectures. Okay, and then input nodes, like for example, if we're talking about input, so here you can give the input in clip text in code prompt. Here you can give the input like for example, beautiful sceneries, nature, glass bottle landscape. So this is the prompt. Here you can give the input, then here you can see the output basically in this node. Okay, so this is a modular based interface, basically node based interface. You can scroll it, maximize it, minimize it. Then each node can customize with various parameters to suit specific needs. So connecting nodes. Okay, so here you can also see that the nodes are interconnected to each other. So nodes can be connected to form a pipeline. The output of one node can serve as the input for another, allowing for complex workflow to be built visually. The connection is akin to creating a flow chart where each step is clearly defined and easy to follow. Okay, so custom nodes, basically users can create custom nodes tailored to their specific requirements. This flexibility allows for enhanced functionalities beyond the standard nodes provided by ComfyUI. Then building workflows. Creating workflows in ComfyUI involves arranging nodes in logical sequence to achieve desired outcomes. So if you check this user interface, so here you can see that the nodes are connected to each other and these are in logical order. Basically, for example, if you give any prompt, then prompt to give message to this case sampler basically. And after this, here you can see the image is generated, load checkpoint. Basically, here you can see the models, like on from which model you can generate images. So here if you check this model, so basically the stable cascade is my model name and checkpoint is this. Basically you can see you can say checkpoint, load checkpoint or model name, okay, anything. So start with input nodes. Begin by adding input nodes to the load necessary example data or videos. And for instance, the load video nodes allows to user import video files into workflow. Then add processing nodes. Incorporate processing nodes that apply transformation or analysis to input data. For example, you might use nodes that adjust frame rates or resize videos as needed. Then output nodes. Conclude your workflows with output nodes that save or display the results. I already show you this is basically the output nodes. Okay, if you check here, so this is basically the output node. Then parameter tuning, adjust parameters within each node to refine your workflow. So these are some parameters and options. You can adjust the images and like these are some additional settings, sorry. And you can adjust images, like you can load, reload, anything you can do. Then you can like adjust images here, like what width you want, what width you want, what height you want in image, width, size, anything. And then image generation, users can create stunning visuals by connecting nodes that manipulate image based on AI models. Video editing with custom nodes for audio processing, users can transform raw footage into polished content efficiently. Audio processing, similar workflows can be designed for audio generation and manipulation. So in conclusion, by understanding how to utilize node and construct workflow in ComfyUI, you can harness the potential of generative AI technology. This visual interface not only simplifies complex tasks but also enhances creativity by allowing user to experiment with different configuration easily. Okay, so that's all about this lecture. I hope you guys like this lecture. Don't forget to like and subscribe our YouTube channel. Bye bye. We'll meet in next video.